They know our strategies. They've learned our weaknesses. And the alien attack nearly destroyed us. That must never be allowed to happen again. If we're going to survive, we need a new kind of soldier. One who doesn't think the way we think. Fear the things we fear.
Whew! Ender's Game! Talk about skeptical Brandon being so fucking wrong that I'm just so happy. Now, I'm Brandon. This is, of course, the review for Ender's Game, and all I can say is, wow, was I wrong. I saw the trailer of this, never read the books. I knew it was a book, don't worry, I knew it was books. There were books based off it. To my knowledge, there's like a trilogy. I'm not 100%, but, yeah. So, let's get into it. Well, let's just say, people wondering, what do you mean by skeptical, Brandon? Well, when I first saw the trailer to this movie, I was sitting there thinking, like, oh, how, god damn it, another movie where kids are the heroes, yay. Like, that's kind of part of the reason why I didn't like Harry Potter. It was the first movies that I saw that were really childish, and then didn't help it, everyone said how good they were, and yada yada yada. This actually is really good. And it's not kid-like at all, really. I mean, it has kids in there, but whew, talk about emotional problems, talk about... yeah, so plot, simple plot, or not, well, sort of simple plot to Ender's Game. You have Ender, who is, he's just a kid. He's already in this school for the gifted-minded kids, because, 50 years ago, aliens attacked Earth. We beat them using a really smart commander. Yeah, basically he found a pattern in the enemy and he used it against them. That's kind of what they go with. Like kids, well, the kids can see patterns better, kids can be better commanders. All we have to do is train them, find the best, brightest, and have them command our army. Yeah, in this universe I'll accept that, because like if you ever met a 12-year-old, they're pretty fucking stupid. Yeah, they couldn't find their way out of a box. So, this universe, they're geniuses. And, basically, Ender is, in majority of the movies, Ender going through the steps, the tests, the trials, just to be commander. And, you think that, it's gonna be that story where, he really sucks at something, so he gets better and eventually earns the respect of all his, no. He's a bad motherfucker. He knows how to kick a lot of ass. He knows, it doesn't matter if the person's stronger than him or anything. He could just be like, alright, I'm in, let's see what I can use in the room. Well, he's a master strategist, and I love how he is like that. So, that for one, freaking amazing. Then you got, the whole the aliens are really subpar. Actually, the majority of the antagonists in this movie are his fellow, squad mates. And not the ones that are under him, but it's just like, it was one after another. Just like, this guy's being a jerk, being a dick about it, something. Calling him a cheater, saying he's not good enough. Oh, he just beat the shit out of him. Oh, this guy's doing it now. Oh, he put him in his place. Oh, this guy's doing it now. The aliens are kind of just there for the most part. And let me just say, there's one part of the story that doesn't make any, a fucking sense. So they're saying 50 years ago, aliens attacked and all that. Well, when they showed that 50 years ago, they're, flying fucking F-17s, shit we have today. And then somehow 50 years later, we're already doing intergalactic space travel. Honestly, I want that to be true so badly. I want it to be true so badly that we'd have intergalactic space fucking travel in 50 years. But we won't. We can't even, what we're gonna get in 50 years, guys, are iPads and more iPods that are smaller, or bigger, or different colors. We're not getting, fucking intergalactic space travel or, ships that, shoot laser beam. We don't get any of that. We're gonna have, fucking, yay, what else, what new hell is Apple gonna release to us, That's what we're gonna get in the future. So don't hold your breath, guys, because we don't even have we haven't even made like a mech yet. I want a fucking mech just to walk around. It'd be cool. Anyways, so that was one little problem I kept having with the movie. It's like a minor little pet peeve of mine. I was just like, I understand for story reasons you guys gotta say it was 50 years, but at least have them being better, like better technology than what we have today. You know what I mean? Not just like, oh, well, they're just flying F-17s, or, jet planes, whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm right with the F-17. But, anyways, the movie, it never slows down for me. Normally you think you get to that slow point where you're just like, alright. This one never has that point. That one point that you just kind of get tired of it, and then it comes back. No, this, I never got tired of it. I just watched and I was just enjoying the entire thing. Now, I praise this movie, but it wasn't one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, I wasn't excited for it, but I enjoyed myself. I walked out of the theater saying, yeah, that fun stuff. A little bit on the actors, because, you got Harrison Ford playing, grumpy old man that he's notorious for playing now. He plays Colonel Graff. He's just that, he is just the grumpy old man, which, it'll be interesting to see what he does in Star Wars, if they're going to keep him with his grumpy old man that he's been doing the last few movies he's been in. But as of right now, it's just kind of like, I get a little sick and tired of him being typecast as this character, but he does fine. You got, Asa Butterfield, who is Ender Wiggin. He's the main character. This guy, let's just say, he had a couple times in his performance, I was just like, woo, that was a bad line. I don't want to blame him for that, because overall his acting was great. He did phenomenal. You got Abigail Breslin. She plays his sister. She has a small role. If you don't know who she is, she was from Zombieland, a little girl, in Zombieland. She does great. For her small role. And then you got Ben Kingsley, who in the majority of the movie, he's not even in it. He's not in the majority of it, and his role is really just kind of there. You can kind of see how he doesn't really train, Ender as much as the trailers might have you believe. He's really hardly in it. I kind of feel like they just kind of, shoehorned him, and I don't know. I feel like they were kind of really trying to get him to be like, yeah, it's him. My absolute favorite was, and just because it's so funny, the Moses Aries, he plays this guy who's supposed to be like this badass, like, oh, look how cool he is. This badass, mean motherfucker, Bonzo. He, God, it is so ridiculous. People, alright, you've seen this kid before. He was in, I'm trying to remember, I think it was the, it was this movie called Noobs. You might not have seen it. It's a Jason Mewes movie. It was on Netflix and I watched it. And I actually had to look it up because I totally forgot what movie I saw him from. But in that movie, he plays this, weak little, kid in a wheelchair, if I remember correctly. He can hardly do anything. And, in this movie, he's supposed to be this big old tough guy type thing. And I'm just like, oh, I can't, you've already been cast. And he's a goofy motherfucker, but, whatever. So, yeah, it's really nice in this movie that anyone who you want to see get their fucking ass kicked ends up getting their ass kicked. Real quick. Well, not real quick, but So those are the actors that were the big names. But this was directed by Gavin Hood. He has directed such movies. He directed a few things, Stargate and all that. But let's see. Yeah, this is his first real big. I guess his real big. Okay. Never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. He directed everyone's favorite movie, X-Men Wolverine Origins. All I can say is, Gavin Hood, you have made amends. Because not only did you direct this, he also wrote the movie. And I think he did a phenomenal job writing the movie. I really think I never read the books, but it really felt like, because I've talked to people who have, and they said that, he basically captures the book pretty well. He captures the book pretty damn well, so I'm gonna give him that. I mean, I want to blame the dialogue fuck-ups on him, though, because, wow, there was a couple of them, and a very few, and you may even miss them if you're not paying attention close enough. But there was just a couple lines in there that I'm just like, oh my god, those were so cheesy, they were terrible. Way better in Origins. So, yes, he has made amends, people. He has made amends by directing this phenomenal movie. It's not the best thing I've ever seen. It's not even the best movie this year for me. But it was a really fun thing, and I'm really glad I went to go see it in the theater. I'm gonna give this 4 to 5 stars. I really recommend everyone see this. It is a great movie. You can take your kids, you can just go by yourself. It's phenomenal no matter what. Not quite perfect. They had a couple things like in the plot and in the lines and, a couple of those things that kind of got me, not so much. And I didn't have that feeling where I'm just like, when I walk out of the theater, I'm just like, yes, I want to go see that again. That was so awesome. That counts as a 5-star movie. I didn't quite get that. I got like, yeah, that was pretty cool, but that's about it. So, yeah. Tell me what you think about the movie in the comments section, or go to BloodyScreenPod.com and let us know in the forums. That is it, everybody. Good night.